Hello and welcome to my channel, Boo Snakes and More. Today we're going to be talking about Stephen King's new book. So please like this video and subscribe to the channel. And for more videos like this, watch my other house channel, A&A Snakes and Stuff, my youngest son's channel, Henny's Toys and Games, or my oldest son's channel, Little Chris 10. I hear more and more people lately complaining of reading slumps and inability to concentrate and really sink into a book caused by who knows. The lingering pandemic, TikTok, climate dread. I will read, thanks the tighter character, in Elizabeth Strout's new novel, Lucy by the Sea, as she comes in from her walk. But there was nothing I wanted to read. I could not read. I can recommend a cure for that, though it might be a bit strong for Lucy's taste. A good old-fashioned Stephen King fantasy horror epic. Happily, there's a new specimen, fairy tale like its predecessors, in the King canon, especially The Eyes of the Dragon, the Dark Tower series, and The Talisman, co-written with Peter Straub. It's sometimes gruesomely, sometimes tense, and sometimes a bit goofy. You're in hair fairy tale in big 100-page swatches without the slightest effort or strain. And you'll be grateful that there are 600 plus pages of it to remind you several times over how much fun that kind of reading experience is. The book's alternative world combines grim and fairy tale elements with Lovecraft and cosmic horror, but it takes a while to get there. The more of them I read, the more I appreciate King's setups. His hero, high school senior Charlie Reid, doesn't begin his track down the stone stairs, spiraling underground in his neighbor's backyard until about a quarter of the way through the book. Not for King, the brisk despising of the mundane real world in favor of the thrilling adventures of Narnia or Wonderland. Instead, he first carefully builds a portrait of Charlie's present-day life in the small Illinois town of Century's Rest. When Charlie, an only child, is 8, his mother goes out to pick up a fried chicken dinner for the family and is hit by a truck skidding on an icy bridge grating. His insurance adjuster father drowns his grief in alcohol, and for a while Charlie himself goes wrong, palling around with a bad seed and engaging in destructive and occasionally cruel pranks. His father loses his job, the bills pile up, and Charlie begins to wonder if they'll end up living in their car or under a highway overpass. In desperation, the otherwise unchurched boy resorts to offering God a bargain to make his father stop drinking. If you do that for me, whoever you are, I'll do something for you. Not long after, a fellow adjuster drops by the Reed household, and persuades Charlie's dad to come to an AA meeting. Charlie considers his father's sobriety a miracle and himself to be in debt. He volunteers for roadside cleanup and collects donations for UNICEF. But he can't shake the feeling that this isn't enough until, as a teenager, he discovers the reclusive old man who lives up the street, laying at the bottom of a ladder with a broken leg, injecting the uncanny Into the Everyday is a Stephen King trademark. The quintessential example being the creepy messages a ghost spells out with the alphabet magnets on a refrigerator in 1989's Bag of Bones. This isn't the kind of King novel, however. Apart from some weird scribbling noises emanating from old Mr. Bowditch's tool shed, this section of the novel is devoted to Charlie's relationship to his father and his growing friendship with the cranky geezer, a bond cemented by their shared love for Mr. Bowditch's aging German Shepherd Radar. Some might call this a slow start for an adventure story. But it doesn't drag a bit. Charlie's a good kid, but he's all too aware of his capacity to behave otherwise. He quits the school baseball team to take care of Mr. Bowditch once the old man gets out of the hospital. But a not insignificant motivation for this is his desire to spend more time with Radar, who is nearing the end of her life. When Charlie discovers that Mr. Bowditch has been hiding a portal to another world in that woodshed, the novel's intentions come into focus. The kingdom of Empress at the other end of a long tunnel filled with bats and the occasional oversized cockroaches, a realm of shoemakers, colleges, goose girls, and big bad wolves you don't want to run into at night. It's a fairy tale place, but one pointedly rooted in the older, darker, and more violent incantations of the tales. Charlie finds many opportunities to reflect on how it clashes with the Disney versions, even as his brown hair becomes blonde. His brown eyes turn blue, and the locals begin to speak of him as the prince destined to save them from a terrible curse. There would be a dangerous quest in a haunted city, a beautiful exiled princess, man-eating giants, a stunt in a dungeon policed by electrified skeleton soldiers, and a hideous being from yet another dimension, intent on corrupting not only Empress but Charlie's world as well. The dedication of fairy tale weeds, thinking of Ra, Herb, and of course HPL references which Charlie, a devoted reader of the early 20th century pulp fiction, would surely have no trouble identifying as Robert E. Howard, creator of Conan the Barbarian, Edgar Rice Burroughs' Tarzan, and H.P. Lovecraft of modern day retellings of fairy tales can lack the earthiness of the originals. Pop adventure tales, while often enormous fun, aren't typically concerned with emotional depth, but fairy tale supplies both freshly human fertility and a fully functional heart. Its plot is driven not by its hero's desire to seek his fortune, but by something as potent as a boy's love for his dog. That love is childlike and simple, and Charlie is willing to risk his life to save Radar. Any dog lover can understand Charlie's exaggerant devotion to a creature who adores him. It's that love that draws him into Empress, but it's Charlie's love for his father, rich and complex, that brings him back. The attachment Charlie feels to his dad is partly an emotional bond between parent and child, and partly the hard-won reward for what they have been through together and what they have done for each other. Neither boy nor man has any hesitation to express their feelings, since they both know all too well how suddenly those we love can be whisked away. The early pages King spins in portraying the relationship reverberate throughout the novel, deepening it. Thank you for watching this video and peace out to the next one.